Today we're talking about freedom, guns, not reading so good, big tits, and even bigger beer bellies. That's right, we're talking about America, baby. America, home of the brave, land of the... Okay, I'm not going to do that. But I did want to go through what I think are the top 10 America-themed Funko Pops. Now, I'm taking a lot of things into consideration here. Of course, the design, the history, and how well it captures American culture. Definitely one of the harder ones to put together. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's get on with it, starting at number 10. When I think about America's song, I think about James Brown and Living in America. Not the national anthem, not Born in the USA, not America the Beautiful. I think about Living in America. If you listen to the lyrics, they're pretty spot on. And Funko captured James Brown perfectly with this pop. Every single detail is perfect. The tips on his boots, he's got his chest hairs all out. The way they sculpted the body perfectly conveys the way James Brown used to dance. I love the hair. I love the furrow on the brow. Just a perfect pop. What's more American than baseball? A sport where a 300-pound man that doesn't seem to have any athletic ability, really, can compete against people that could have been Olympians. You get to sit around half the time. I mean, one time at Petco Park in San Diego, I forget the player's name, but he got a single, jogs to first base, pulls out a bag of Skittles, and puts half of them in his mouth, and just starts chomping on them, and plays, the rest of the inning with, a mouthful of Skittles. That's an amazing sport. And to me, it's hard to pick, out of all the Funko Pops they've made, who is the best icon. So I cheated a little bit, and for me, it's Babe Ruth and Jackie Robinson. Especially these two. I believe the Babe Ruth is just a common, but classic, pointing out his home run, or calling it out. And Jackie Robinson sliding. And I like the way that Jackie Robinson's hat looks just like the way Jackie Robinson used to wear it. These are two really great pops. And honestly, there isn't many things that are much funner to do on a Sunday afternoon than taking the family to the ball game, having some junk food, getting some sunshine, making some memories. It's not always just about the game. McDonald's. Possibly the most American thing there is. Got a couple of brothers, pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, started a burger joint. Some dude came in and made them sign on the dotted line. Fast forward a few decades, and now you can get McDonald's in China. I remember seeing a video about when they first opened a McDonald's in China, and they would drive through, get their burger, go back to the parking lot, park, and then go inside the restaurant and eat it, which I think is kind of fascinating. It's one of the things that I feel America does. Like, we export our weird culture everywhere. There's McDonald's everywhere. And I challenge you to meet anybody, really, that hasn't had a McDonald's at least once. It's shitty, it's crappy, but everyone's had a little bit of this, but everybody's had a little bit of this brand of America in them. The Hello Kitty gymnast. Now hear me out. Yes, the pop is kind of cute, but it's nothing spectacular. For what it is, it's designed exactly the way it should be. But the reason I'm putting this one on the list is that there's nothing more American than two different cultures coming together from different parts of the world, meeting in America, and pooping out a kid that might become America's next top gymnast. And this makes me think of that because Sanrio, the makers of Hello Kitty, are a Japanese company. And Hello Kitty, the character, is supposed to be a British girl from London. So it makes me imagine it's a Japanese immigrant, British immigrant, meet up in America, and now their kid's a gymnast. At one point, every American's story began this way. What is America's number one export? I would say culture. And the number one pusher of this is Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. And there's been tons of Mickey Mouse pops. But one of my favorites is the Sorcerer Mickey. And I found this one to also be the most appropriate for this list because he is red, white, and blue. Fantasia is a wonderful movie, and this is a great pop. But Disney also owns Star Wars, Marvel, tons of other things. Just like McDonald's you'd be hard pressed to find a person on the planet that hasn't watched at least one Disney movie. Apollo Creed with the famous USA boxing trunks. This is the newer one that came out. I feel it's superior to the original. It's not all that different. It's just better in pretty much every way. But it's such a classic image, especially in Rocky IV, when he comes out to James Brown's Living in America, and he's going to fight Ivan Drago, and he's got the big top hat and everything. I wish Funko would have made a chase for Apollo Creed with the full-on, like, USA getup from that movie. Just that scene. That scene is like the most American thing ever. This is a must-have if you're going to have, like, American Pops display. The Tom Brady Pop, specifically the one that comes with the football helmet. First of all, this pop is cool because it comes with a helmet and you can take it off. That was really nice about some of the original football pops, was the helmet. It was very innovative at the time when the football pops first started coming out. But I didn't pick this because I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I don't really care about Tom Brady. I don't really care about football anymore because I'm not like 14 anymore, right? But you can't deny that football itself is integral almost to like American way of life. During the big game, you know, we get into our swimsuits, pull the cover off the pool, make a bunch of food, make a bunch of drinks, fire up the barbecue, down some beers, invite the neighbors and the friends over, and we get together and we have a big party and we pretend to care about the game. It's just what we do. And it's a lot of fun. And to me anyway, the game, you know, it doesn't really matter that much. And my friends that are from other countries that, you know, move to America as adults, doesn't matter if they're from Finland, Mexico, Australia, or Thailand. Something that always kind of fascinates them at first is this tradition of ours to have these big Super Bowl parties. Lady Liberty from The Purge election year. The Purge movies aren't very good. Great concept. I hope one day it's like remade, to be honest, because it is a good concept. But I like this pop outside of the Purge movies. I just think it's such a striking image of a psychotic person dressed up as Lady Liberty. The mask is awesome. Missed opportunity by Funko to not make the eyes and the stitching on the mouth glow in the dark, because in the movie they're lit up. But honestly, the more time that goes on, the less crazy something like The Purge actually sounds. Because let's be honest, and this may be true of, you know, everyone, everywhere in the world, but Americans are a little bit nuts. We're really crazy, we don't like to be messed with, and we will fight you. So to me, this pop kind of really conveys the insanity of America. And it's a really cool pop just, you know, just to look at. And the fact that this was just a common from a movie that wasn't that popular, and from not even that long ago, for it to be like triple the retail price now, if you want to find a good version of this one, lets you know how good the design is. A lot of you may have been thinking like, where the hell is Captain America? Well, he's right here. To me, this is the best Captain America Funko has ever put out because of all the details on it. I love the goggles on top of the head with actual lenses on there, all the straps, the America shield with the dings and the dents in it, the World War II uniform, what this pop represents. Yeah, there's newer Captain America pops. They're super cool ones, you know, with the hammer and all that BS. But to me, this is the best one. It's the most American of the American. It's the most American-y Captain America pop there is to me. All right, before I reveal number one, I want to quickly show you the other pops I was considering and what ultimately ended up as honorable mentions. The number one American Pop is George Washington crossing the Delaware with his fresh-faced homeboys here on his way to go kick some Hessian ass. And the rest is history. Funko took the famous painting and made a moment out of it. Yeah, they cut out a lot of stuff, but they maintained the essence of it. I especially like the way the flag looks rolled up like that. I saw this one in person a few times, and it looked even better in person. This really is a great looking pop. Awesome sculpting all around. The water could have been done a little better, but I like the ice effects on there. And of course, George Washington himself looks awesome. Lots of colors, lots of little details. This pop itself is great for like a classroom, or to display at your 4th of July parties. Or if you want to make a display of all American pops, this is the perfect centerpiece. And it honestly came out better than I expected when Funko first announced they were going to do this. Just a wonderful Funko Pop moment.